Hey class, just wanted to do a little video here to go along with this reading because I know when I give you a reading, it's just reading and there's not a whole lot of teaching going on along with it. So I wanted to go ahead and do this as well. Um, Today we're going to move on from the Chinese and talk about India. And the group we're going to talk about in India are called the Mughals. All right, and the Mughal actually comes from the word Mongol. So it basically means Central Asian tribe, who the Mughals are named after. We don't really know if they're like descendants of the Mongols or not. It's likely they could have been, but they moved in to Central Asia and then into India in the 14th century. And the great and basically here's the Indian peninsula here. The great Mughals at this time are listed right here. Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb. They're kind of the great Mughal emperors that you're not going to need to know all of that, but a few of them that I wanted to talk about. The first one is Babur. He's the first Mughal emperor, and Babur is kind of he's like kind of like the founding father essentially for the Mughal Empire. And after him comes his son Humayun, and Humayun rules for about 20 years. He's a big patron of the arts, so he's going to bring along a lot of artists and a lot of art into India. However, his son is really kind of like the greatest ruler in this period of Indian history, and his name is Akbar. All right, and Akbar is going to set up kind of like a cultural, artistic state, but also he is going to bring about a great military, and he's going to defeat a lot of rival tribes, and he is going to be responsible for kind of like this high water mark in terms of the history of the Mughals and in Indian history. And Akbar's son is a guy who's going to rule after him, and his name is Jahangir. Jahangir is not really interested in extending Mughal territory, as it says here. That means he's not interested in going out and conquering surrounding lands. Instead, he is going to be interested in a lot of art and architecture and things, and building up the culture of India as well. So there's a lot of like artistic stuff that comes along in the era of Jahangir. And if you look at the people here, the people of India, they look almost like Central Asian rather than Southern Asian. So there's a lot of like that idea that they probably descended from Mongols or the Chinese or around there. Um, Around this time, we get the new next great emperor, and his name is Shah Jahan. And you've probably never heard of Shah Jahan, but Shah Jahan is really responsible for India's greatest treasure, and that is the Taj Mahal. And the Taj Mahal was built as a tomb for Shah Jahan's wife. And Shah Jahan's wife died giving birth to their 14th child. And so had this huge marble building erected called the Taj Mahal. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. Spelled right here, Tajmahal. And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The Taj Mahal was supposed to be one of two tombs, or was going to be another tomb built for him that was going to be made out of onyx. So they were going to have a Taj Mahal and then another tomb built for the emperor, and it was going to be completely black. So you'd have this white tomb and a black tomb. All right. However, he was deposed. He was taken over by his one of his sons, and his son is Aurangzeb. So Shah Jahan is deposed and imprisoned by his ruthless son Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb is not really interested in furthering the arts like many of the emperors before him. Instead, he's all about war. And so Aurangzeb's going to bring about a lot of instability and corruption to the state. And then after this, you see the Mughal empire basically kind of fall apart. So it does survive, but as it states here, the empire was weakened first by the rebel Hindu princes who came along, and then the British are going to come along in the 19th century. So what I want you to do with this is I want you to read through this reading. It's right below this, and I want you to outline it, right? So basically what I'm asking you to do is just find the major points, probably about each emperor, and this is going to go under Mughals. And we're going to move on to Rome tomorrow. So we've talked about China, and we've talked about India now, and we're going to move on for a few days on Rome. So just wanted to make this recording for you. Hope you're having a great week.